So I was kind of thinking of calling this video Backyard Crankshaft Polishing. And so I'm literally in the backyard and I'm going to be working off the tailgate of my truck. And so I got a rusty old Toyota crankshaft here, some WD-40 and scissor and shoelaces here. And so guys, this is a trick that actually does work. And I learned this in shop class back in high school. And it's not like high end, you know, if you have the money, you know, you want to do it right. But this is kind of like get you out of a bind and, you know, it's in a pinch. But it literally does work. Well, this crankshaft is pretty well junk. I mean, it's rusted so bad. Even the surface here where the seals go is badly rusted. So I wouldn't use this crankshaft. I'd find something different. But over here on this end, you know, for a video, I figured I could probably clean one of these up really nice and put some polish to it, and then we'll see how it turns out. So I cut a strip of 400 wet sandpaper here, and I'm going to wrap that thing up on one of these journals with a flat shoelace like that you get on your pair of skates. But first I'm going to clean all the junk off of here nice, and then I'll show you how this works. Well guys, that already doesn't look too bad, considering how it looked before. So I just got some WD-40 and a toothbrush and just cleaning it up with that. You can see some scoring on the journal, and you can see some of that rust left behind still. So you can see the pitting there from the rust. We're not going to be able to go down that far, I don't think. But this is a good trick to smooth out the scoring. You can see it on the journal there. Yeah, so like my shoelace is about 9 feet long after I unrolled it. So I'm going to have to cut that down. So I'm going to soak it all with WD, including the sandpaper. And then I'll wrap this thing up. So I got the sandpaper around that journal with the WD-40 and also the shoelace now. And the trick is not to wrap it too tight so that it still has room to turn on there. And then just work it. And you may want to take it off after a while to clean it and put some fresh WD on it and just to get a visual on how it's working. Well, that's the idea, is spin that sandpaper around that journal, and using a flat shoelace, kind of, you know, it spreads the load. So I'm going to work this for a while. I'm going to show you guys what the results are. Alright, well I just got that sandpaper off for the first time, and so I haven't wiped this off yet. I don't know what it looks like, but so here's what we're dealing with here. Now check this out. So already it looks way better. So before I started, I could kind of feel the scoring here with my fingernail on the surface of the journal, and that seems to be almost gone now. And even the rust here behind here seems to be disappearing, and I can still feel, well, I can still feel some slight scoring. So this is 400, you know, I can work my way down to 600. I'll spend a bit more time here with the 400, and then I'm going to show you guys what I got. So I tell you guys, that shop class that I took back in high school, that has been really helpful. I think I took 3 semesters of that. Actually, one of the first things we did is we ended up rebuilding a Dodge 318 small block. You know, we sent the crankshaft out to get reground, and we had the block bored out for oversized pistons. So we had to do the whole thing. Actually, it was like we would pair up, like we had 2 guys per engine, so we had multiple engines going in the shop at one time. And then so me and another guy, we did the 318, so we dropped it in the car and all that kind of stuff. So as a kid in high school, I mean, that's just awesome education, you know, hands-on, and learn some good stuff, you know. All right, so we're gonna quit with this now. we'll see what we got. Well guys, I tell you what, if this whole crankshaft had journals on it that looked like this one here, I think we'd have us pretty much a winner. I can still slightly feel some of the original scoring on that journal, but it's really, really good already. You know, I could spend a bit more time at it with the 400 wet, and then maybe, you know, work my way down to some finer paper, and then from there measure the crank up and make sure it had bearings that fit. But anyways guys, I thought you guys might find this kind of interesting. You guys are awesome. I do appreciate you watching.